Heyo, Stoic here. Hey, welcome back to the Bedrock Guide. In this tutorial, we'll be working on two tall flower farms and we'll figure out the best one. All right, so there are only four different types of two tall flowers in the game: the sunflower, lilac, rose bushes, and peonies, all ready for you to harvest. Now, when you try to harvest one of them, you'll pick up the entire flowers. All you have to do is hit it and you will get one of these flowers. If you take it to your crafting table, you can get two dye of that particular color. So we've got yellow, magenta, red, and pink available for you. So now the next step is to see, how do we get a whole bunch of these for your build? All right, before we get into the redstone, let's talk about the flower mechanics. We know that single height flowers will, when they get hit by bone meal, they spread and they get a whole bunch of new flowers. With the two tall flowers, that's not the case. So when you hit this thing with bone meal, you get one. You hit it with another one, you get another one. So one bone meal gets you one two tall flower. So to make sure I was getting the best rates for this farm, I took a look at the repeater torch clock, observer clock, and the comparator clock. And these were similar because we used these in the flower guide and flower farm tutorial that I made. And what we found, and spoiler alert, we're going to start on this side and then on this side. All right, here's our repeater clock, repeater torch clock, and I just went with one dispenser for each of these because I'm just using one bone meal to hit one flower to get me one additional flower. And that's the case for all of these. Now, we threw this repeater torch clock in over here on the side, which is going to energize the block below, which is going to energize this dispenser. And we just have some hoppers up here to feed the bone meal in. And we've also got a mine cart hopper right inside the grass block to capture it, and then it'll dump inside of our chest. So if we go ahead and hit this, we've got bone meal, the clock's working. I don't need to click. You can hear it, and you can see that we're getting some new flowers. And here they come. Just as fast as it clicks, we get a new one. So that's pretty neat. All right, so let's take a look at our observer clock. We know that it's going to work a little bit faster. There it goes. Click, 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 click. A little bit faster. We're hitting our sunflowers. We're going right into our minecart hoppers, and then here they come. Yep, works a little bit faster, which is great. We're using bone meal, and we're getting the same amount of flowers back. So we're really just converting. Okay, let's take a look at our comparator clock. Yep, takes up a little bit more room. Maybe you can find a way to reduce this redstone here. Go at it. For this example, we're just going to hit the comparator. We know that this thing is going to cook. Just hear it moving, and let's just take a look. Way faster. I mean, this thing, we've just hit a stack. So this comparator clock, we know it's going to work. So let's look at the numbers. All right, so we got a repeater torch clock, and after 5 minutes, you can use up to 11.75 stacks of bone meal, and you'll get 11.75 stacks of flowers. What does that equate to? Well, after 1 hour, you'll get 141 stacks of bone meal used and 141 stacks of flowers, which, is pretty good. Uh, do some math, and that's 9,000 bone meal and get you just over 9,000 flowers. That's crazy. Just crazy. But we can do better. So let's take a look at our observer clock, and you can see that we're going to use 15.5 stacks of bone meal and 15.5 stacks of flour. So in this particular build, the repeater torch clock underperforms the observer clock. And so we're getting more flowers. After an hour, we're going to get 186 stacks of bone meal used with 186 stacks of flowers. That's pretty crazy. And that just equates to almost 12,000 flowers. I mean, just getting the bone meal is going to be tough. So we got all kinds of flowers there, but we can do better. So let's take a look at our comparator clock. And we're going to use 23.5 stacks of bone meal, which we go straight to flowers on that. So we get 23.5 stacks of flowers in 5 minutes. After an hour, we're going to get 282 stacks of flour, which really ends up getting us 18,000 flowers in 1 hour. 18,000 flowers? Yeah, that's a ton. You can make some pretty cool stuff with that. Okay, so here are our materials right here. We've got 2 chests. You expand your system however you want. For this example, I'm just going to put in 2. You'll need a dispenser, 7 hoppers, lots of hoppers so we can feed bone meal into this dispenser. We need 1 minecart with hopper, 2 temporary rails because we're going to need to get this thing in place. And I like the powered ones because they're easier to control. We can do a whole bunch of glass because I break glass a whole bunch. Just bring a whole bunch. We need 1 grass block, 7 concrete blocks, or whatever solid block that you want to bring. You need 1 redstone comparator, 5 redstone dust, 1 lever, tons of bone meal. You just find it, get it, put it in this machine, and a flower of your choice. All right, so let's get into it. So let's put in 2 chests right here, right next to each other. We'll put in a hopper on top and another one right next to each other, feeding into the same chest. Come up on top of this one, put in our grass block. That's where we're going to have our flower. And let's go around this in glass, and you can put in as little as you want, as much as you want. I do recommend having it on these 3 sides. And you're going to come out here 1 extra block, and we should be looking like this. The next step is to get our powered rail out, and these are temporary, so we can see we're going to be sliding this minecart with hopper in. No, no, no. All right, let's go this way. So we're going to drop it in. Because it's not powered, it's not going to keep flowing. So we're just going to get it in there, and that's looking pretty good. So that's a good start. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to break that block right there and keep these on both sides so we can line up as close as we can in the middle. And this is key. This is a key part of this build. Once you get up on this hopper, you just kind of push it in, and you don't want to see on the inside of that hopper at all. What I've got will work. So you just want the edge of the hopper showing on the outside of this grass. That way it will pick up everything that falls on this piece of grass, but it will also dump flowers into here and flowers into that one. So we've got a double unloader right here. Because of the number of flowers we get, regular hoppers just aren't going to work. A hopper with minecart or minecart with hopper that's stuck in there that's over just 1, it'll get clogged up because of this hopper right here. So if we can unload twice as fast, we can make this work. Okay, so let's get our dispenser out, and we'll make sure it's shooting right on to where our flower is going to be. We'll get our glass, we'll start making our way around up until this spot. So now we'll put in a hopper, hopper. And we want to make sure we're feeding 2 hoppers into this dispenser. This comparator clock will move so fast that it will deplete the dispenser, and then 1 hopper can't keep up with it, and you'll just get a lower yield. So above this, you can put a chest with all kinds of bone meal or shulkers or some system. Just you want to keep feeding this as much as you can before you start. All right, so now we want to make sure we're not missing anything. So let's put some another layer of glass around this side. These are 2 tall flowers. Can't forget that. And now we'll come down and put the last part in. All right, let's get the last part in. This is our redstone. In fact, these actually could just be glass right here. All of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, could all be glass, and those 2 right there. However, this block right here is gonna need to be a solid one. That way we can travel. We're going to use our comparator to compare the signal in it, and we're also going to be able to turn this thing on and off. So let's go up here and put our comparator clock in. We'll go this way, subtraction mode. We're going to come out of it, come over to the side, and come right back into it. That's what makes our clock. We're going to open this up, and boom, we have got our clock cooking. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off. We're going to come up these stairs into the side of our dispenser, and we're almost ready to roll. All right, we're almost there. Let's come up to the top. We're going to load our dispenser with a whole bunch of bone meal, and then we're going to use our flower of choice. We're going to just drop it in there. We're going to come back down, hit our switch, and there it goes. Yep, bone mealing is working. Now we're going to check our hoppers. That one's full. That one's full. Yep, that means we got our minecart with hopper in the right spot. If it doesn't work, where you can check this front one, there's no flower there, then it's not working. And so you'll have to redo this part to make sure that you've got just the edge of the hopper shown in your minecart hopper. Come down to the bottom now. Let's take a look. This stuff is coming in quick, and that's the whole reason why we keep our minecart with hopper in the right spot, because now we got a double unloader, and this is just moving quick. We're going to run out of bone meal soon. So, yeah, there it is. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me on the Bedrock Guide in this new tutorial for Two Tall Flowers. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. And if you want to see new content when it comes out, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks. Bye.